Rabbi Wilhelm.
That's in. How are you? Shalom Aleichem. How are you?
Good. Baruch Hashem, very good. How are you?
That's good. You're looking up in the sky. I have a riddle question for you.
Yes.
What's the connection between the sky and Shavuos? You have a 3-second buzzer. 3, 2, 1. Bam!
Shamayim va'aretz. You're connecting heaven and earth with the Torah.
That's true. How about Tnai Hisna Kodesh Baruch Hu Ma'aseh Bereishis? All this that you see, Hashem said, listen, I'm creating you by Ma'aseh Bereishis. It all depends on what's going to happen in Vav Sivan. Yom HaShishi. If in Vav Sivan the Yidden are going to accept the Torah, then you're going to last. If the Yidden Chas v'Shalom decide they're not interested in the Torah, all this that you see, all this beautiful stuff that Abishai gave us, it's all for the sake of Torah. Hello?
Beautiful, beautiful.
You're getting closer and closer and closer.
Yeah, because the sun is like outshining you.
All right, so this week's Parshas Bamidbar, and we're getting closer to Matan Torah. So we have to warm up. All the Mefarshim, the Ramban, many Mefarshim are dealing with a very simple question. In Parshas Bamidbar, it's all about counting the Yidden. Two things we find. We find that the Yidden were counted in two parts. There is all the Shvatim, most of the Shvatim. V'halviim lo hispaktu b'teich klal b'nei Yisrael. For whatever reason, the Eibishter said the Levi'im are not counted now, and they were counted on their own. So the question is, why? Number one, you're going to remember all the amount of questions. Number two, the Bnei Yisrael were counted miben esrim shana v'mayla. The Levi'im were counted miben chodesh l'mayla. What's the question? Why? The third question is by counting Bnei Yisrael, it says legul giloisam, each one per head, per skull. It doesn't say legul giloisam by Bnei Levi. Why not? What's the difference of this type of counting, that type of counting? Rabbi said these questions are bombs. You look in the Poskim, and you look in even in halachic differences, and you look in the Mefarshim. Each one has a lot to teach us. But I'm going to share one lesson that perhaps will help us for Shavuos. The last one, the Legul Galaisam. The Chassam Sofer was asked this question, and the Chassam Sofer says a very funny thing, and you might know, Ben, seeing what the title for this type of person is in English. A person who was born with two heads. What's that called? You don't know? So the Gemara says a story, the Medrash says a story of somebody comes to Rebbe and says, what's the din of somebody with two heads? Where does he put on tefillin or whatever? And he was about to kick him out of the shul, and a woman comes in and says, Rebbe, I have a question. I just gave birth to a baby with two heads, and I don't know how much should I pay for pidyon aben. Should I pay per one person or two people? So, and he realized this was a message that these things, even though it's far and fetched for it to happen, it does happen sometimes. So the Gulgoloisam is really a question that really happens per head. Okay, it's a shaila halacha. Why by Shevet Levi it doesn't say Gulgoloisam? So there is the halachic answer, the lamdish answer. But I'm going to tell you a lesson. Shevet Levi symbolizes the person who's devoted to Torah. A person is devoted to Torah, like I said last week. You can't be in two places at the same time. The only way you acquire Torah is if you have your laser beam focused, and you have one head, one direction.
One track
mind, and that's the only way to accept Torah. So when we're a couple of days away from Shavuos, our commitment has to be the one and only Torah. That's what runs our life. But Sin, you have something you want to share with us?
Sure.
Okay. Here we go. Rabbi say this has been seen. He's about to say a short Dvar Torah, but he comes with, by him is no such a thing as a short Dvar Torah. He comes with a whole computer. No Ben saying Bekitzer.
Okay, 1 second. So basically, in this Pirkei Avos of this week, I was sitting next to somebody, and he's kind of like, what do you have to say about Pirkei Avos this week? So I was like, let's think about it and come up with something. So he came up with a chiddush of his, and I came up with this idea out of the blue. It says over here in Pirkei Avos in the 5th chapter, there's 4 types of students, and then it enumerates like different kinds. One that basically
a funnel, sponge.
No, not that, but rather somebody who basically is quick to understand, quick to forget.
Yeah.
Somebody who's slow to understand and slow to forget, and then you have one who is quick to understanding and slow to forget. Then the last one, it says one who is slow to understand and quick to forget.
Yeah.
And then it says over there that his is a bad portion. Zeh chelek ra. So all the other ones, all the other three, like they're learning and they're Talmidim. However, the third one, it's hard for him to understand. Then he forgets whatever it is he understands. How is he bichlal a Talmid?
Yeah.
How is he included in this? So I was thinking
In
about
fact, the
it,
one
and
that
then,
by the Bahilcha Beis Medrash, it also says Eina Heilach ve'Eina Eser.
yeah, and also
he's considered a Heilig Beis
Tzedakah
Medrash.
also, like the same thing kind of repeats again and again and again. But I was thinking Zecha like Ra, so maybe we could take that idea of Ra, the word Ra, and also you can maybe attach it Re'eh. So if a person can't learn, maybe they can't learn by themselves. But
Re'eh,
that means,
friend.
yeah, that basically means that maybe Zecha like Ra, so that's the portion of his friend. With his friend he could learn. With his friend he could lift him up, and maybe he will understand better and he will remember what he says in the schus of this friendship and chavrusa.
Yes, correct. Thank you.
Kabbalah Soter b'simcha v'pnimius.